Power issues continue to persist in some areas in Tshwane, despite the city having settled its 876 million rand electricity debt. Residents of Mamelodi East are worried about outages and crime in the area. The community has threatened a shutdown if the city fails to attend to their grievances. Our reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones has been following this story. Pule, what are community members saying?
The city of Tshwane has been, of course, making great strides in terms of resolving some of its debts and embarking on the Tshwane Dima operation, in which they did manage to settle their debts at Eskom. And quite frankly, what they've been doing is to ensure that the city's operations can continue to run. However, when we went to the informal settlement of Mamelodi today, and of course Pretoria East, what we then found out was that there were still persisting issues which relate to electricity challenges, which then subsequently lead to crime. Most of the residents who we spoke to earlier had said that when it becomes dark in their township, there's always a lot of crime that happens. In the morning, some community members cannot go to work. And as a result, what that does, that it creates fear within the community. And subsequent to that, they've also called on their councillors, some of which are ANC councillors, to actually speak to the mayor as well and try to see how they can resolve the issue within that community. And this also just comes a few days just after we saw that Tembisa shutdown, which really turned ugly, Annalie, where the protests were really extremely violent. And the residents, they were also protesting to issues in relation to electricity challenges and, of course, municipal bills and rates, which they were saying are high or sometimes irregularly billed as well. So what we're now looking at is a situation which is quite getting out of hand in the Mamelodi, where residents today wanted to actually embark on a shutdown, but resolved to speak to some of their councillors. Perhaps we can take a listen to what some of the residents had to say earlier on.
And I want to report again every day for una mola or Apollo field. But can never lava to an next door in Amola, Catavali Fif, but to American Fru. Resort report. Harry reporter, the councillors are not the areas are ready to revel king into Shattangown. It's like a marathon for it. The college are in our town, no, the Robaga the shocks. So, King Terry Hopela must have or Artushaning.
King Agarendal Atogale Mofa, Tutanalkanakolia administration Artepisa 1212. Hona no is nowhere to be found. Relapile Garendal, Hatlebofat, Mota Arfetal Vistit Variarin.
Pule, are the councillors now on board to assist residents with their challenges?
Yeah, I mean, definitely they have no choice but to ensure that they come on board and resolve this issue, or else we'll be seeing a repetitive scene of what we saw in Tembisa and Ekurhuleni just a few days ago. I mean, we've actually come to realize what happens when community members are quite angry and upset about not being listened to. But furthermore, it will also be practical if they can have the mayor involved and visit the area as well to see what may happen next, because clearly this is an issue that's been persisting for quite some time. They're saying that they've been submitting memorandums as well to the city of Tshwane headquarters, but they're of the view that they've been ignored. So councillors now have a duty and mandate to ensure that they take whatever grievances they're getting from the ground, coming from the residents, to council, report that, and ensure that they come and feedback. I mean, what we understand now is that they've been given about 14 days to come back with a response and see how they can pave a way forward. This speaks to issues of service delivery, and clearly this will also now get the attention of the DA-led multi-party government to try and see how they can resolve the matters at hand. Some of the community members are just saying politics aside, and service delivery should actually come forward to ensure that there is light within their township. Let's take a listen to what one of the councillors had to say regarding this issue.
We are going to engage the coalition that is led by the DA through our caucus, through the caucus of the ANC. We are represented in that council. We are going to call a caucus. We are going to raise issues as raised by residents of Mamelodi, and those issues must be resolved.
Thank you very much. That was our reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones giving us an update on the situation in Tshwane.